Hello and welcome everyone. I am Priyanka on behalf of Paper Studio, and in this video we are going to make some fall theme cards, and these ones are called staircase cards. Just enjoy the view here. We are going to do two variations. This one is an easel card, so it just lays flat down. This one right over here, and then you just lay it flat. The other one is a little bit easier version. This is a normal 6x6 card in which I have just added some stairs here to make it a staircase card. This also lays flat just like that, and here you got a message base. And so let's just quickly put these together. For these cards I'll be using Autumn Florals and Autumn Floral Basics, and I have also used the embossed die cuts from the Autumn Florals and tags and tickets. So these are optional. You can just mix and match the things with other paper packs as well, or make these in any theme. So let's start. I will be using a dark brown cardstock. If you see in my first version, so this one is a chocolate brown cardstock and I ran out of it, so now I am using a dark brown card. Apart from this, I have also used the wheat field border die. This one is from Paper Studio, and then this another die that I've used from my stash. This is the fence die. They also have a fence die. You can go and check it out on their website. But now let's start. For my first card, we are making the simple one, that is this one here, the 6x6 card base, and then this one. You can change the card measurement size according to your preference as well. They can be made in 6x4 as well as 5x7 or 6x8. Now let's do the 6x6 version. I am taking a piece of cardstock. This measures 6x12 inches, and then I will score in the center, that is at 6 inches on the 12-inch side, to make our card base. So if you notice in these cards, they are opening like that. We are not using it like this, since the orientation is like so, since that will make the base to form a staircase. So that's our card base. The next piece we need is a 6x9-inch piece. On this one, you will first score at ½ inch, then we will score at 3 inch, then 5.5, and then 7/1/4, right? And then we will fold on all these lines and burnish it. Okay, when we are burnishing, we will do the top one on a valley fold, that is towards you. Then we will make the mountain fold on the next piece here, like that. Then again we will do a valley fold and then the mountain fold. Burnishing all these edges will make our pieces very crisp so that they stand very nicely. And then we are going to attach this on the card base just like so. So I'm going to put the glue here on the inner edge, and then I'm going to attach this to my card base on the inside, and then we will fold it down again and burnish the edges. So that is the first card base ready. Now let us make the second card, that is with the easel. For this I am taking two pieces of cardstock. These are 6 inches by 12 inches. The first one I'm going to score at 6 inch and then 9 inches. So this will be our easel. So you fold the center line, that is on the 6 inch, like that. So on the 6 inch you will do mountain fold, and then again on the 9 inch you will do mountain fold again. So that will be the base of our easel here. The next piece is the 6x12 again. Then we will score at 6 inches, 7.5, 9 inches, then 9.5, then 10.5, and then 11.5. Then you fold the 6-inch side, that is the mountain fold. Then again we will do a mountain fold. Then this ½ inch will be gone as valley fold here. Okay, so first was mountain fold, then valley fold, then again valley fold, like that. And then we will do mountain fold, then valley fold, and there we get the folds on this piece here. So let me do that again. This one is mountain, then again mountain, then we have two valley folds, 1 and 2, then we have mountain and then valley fold. So this is like so. Okay, now after you've done all this, let's just cut it out from this part, that is at 6 inches. Okay, so that's the way I found it easier to do. So this is why I have done it like that. Okay, now let's decorate with papers and embossed die cuts. Okay, for the first card, what we will do is, I have cut out these journal tags from the 12x12 sheet. These were 6 designs. So I'm using the one which has this window design. Okay, and I've cut it out, and I'm going to put this in the center just like that. Then I have also cut out 2 strips from this floral paper. At the back is this green one here. Then these will go on the side, just like that, right? After that, on the next piece, on this layer, what I have done is I have cut the sheet which has this pumpkin design as a border. So from this sheet, I have cut this pumpkin patch from the bottom, and I have just fussy cut it out and made it into a shape like that. And then this whole thing I cut it down to 6 inches so that it can fit on my panel like that. On my previous card, I used the flower bouquet. This was from another sheet. So I thought let's just give something else on the next card. So I use this pumpkin one. Also for the back on here, I'm using this floral bunch from this Autumn in Bloom card. The other one, the other card was the extension. This background piece is extension of this one. This was from another 12 by 12 sheet. So you can, do various things that you like. So I'm going to use this pumpkin patch over here, and then this one will go right over here. Then I have cut this shape from another of these 4 by 6 journal cards, and I've cut out the lamp piece is gonna go come here, and then the sofa, this couch here, is gonna come over here. And then I have cut out this sentiment from the back of the cover sheet. As you can see, I've cut this out. From here, I've used the appropriate sentiment for my card. You can use whatever suits your needs, and that's gonna come right over here. So that will be our card. And then at the back here, you can decorate it with the 6 by 6 paper, or just put a white background piece so that the recipient can write a message. Then here as well, you can do one more 6 by 6 pattern paper and just complete your card. So let me do that quickly and I will show you the end result. So here, if you see, I have put the fence right flat over here at the bottom on my last layer, and then the pumpkin patch, I'm sticking it with the help of my foam tape so that it looks a bit dimensional, it looks a bit realistic, and it gives more depth to our card here. So I'm going to line this up flush to the bottom as well as the left and the right side, just like this. Looks really good. And then I'm going to use this layer here. Think I will use a very thin layer of foam tape. I have a one which is quite thin, this one. And I also always like to put a bit of a glue on top of my foam tape because sometimes it just comes off over the period of time, right? And then this one goes right over here. Okay, so you have to make sure that you're not putting glue on the upper part of the couch so that it doesn't stick to the back of our card. And then this one is going with another foam tape layer here so that again it looks a bit realistic, like 2 different layers, right? And then this sofa is just going right over there. And then this part here needs 2 layers of foam tape, like so, right? After this type, this image is going to go just right over here, and I'll be giving it a support of an acetate piece, just like that. I'm going to stick glue here, and then I'll be sticking this acetate, that is an transparent OHP sheet, just like so. And then here at the back as well, I will just put a piece of foam tape, and there we go. Last but not the least, I will put my sentiment piece. There we have our my dearest friend, just like that. And then I'm going to insert it inside over here, just like that. And then if you see that there is a gap over here, I'm going to fill this up with the small flower or something from the embossed die cuts, just like that. And then over here, I'm also going to do just like so, a flower. And then there we have a small butterfly. I'm going to stick this on the top of my card, just like that. Then these spaces can be covered with any pattern paper. Also, I'm putting this wheatgrass field. I've inked the edges a little bit brown, and then I'm going to add this to the back of my card here so that I can add some more beautiful texture instead of just using the pattern papers everywhere. And then I had the back of these butterfly wings. I've put some foam tape and covered these cardstock pieces with the pattern paper. So now our card is complete. You can see it looks really pretty here when it's opened up in this position, and it looks a beautiful piece of display. And then there is a space here at the back. You can also lay it flat for the mail. If you want, you can put it in a little bit of a box envelope, because there is a little bit bulk from this side. And then the card is ready. So now let's make the another one, that is the easel one. Let's decorate that quickly. For this card base, the other piece that we cut it off, this is going to get stuck right over here. So let me just put my glue on this 3-inch panel, and there I'm going to lay it flat down like so, and then stick it down just like so. Once you have stuck this panel on your easel base just like so, now we can start to decorate it with the pattern paper. So in my previous card I used a busy pattern at the back, but I thought let's do something else. So right now I'm not using the one that is completely filled up with the pattern, so I'm using this one for my top. Then I cut out a pattern that is a bit blank. This measures 4.5 by 4.5, and then I gave it a matting of brown cardstock. This is going to go right on top of this, but here I'm just going to use a little bit of dimension so that this layer pops out a little bit more. So let's do that quickly. This pattern will get stuck with the help of a chipboard. So that one I have stuck right on the center of this card base. I will cut off another pattern from this sheet here. So let me just quickly fussy cut it out with you. This is going to go on top, and here again I'm going to use my foam tape. Maybe I can just stick this. There we go. And this is going to come right over here. Maybe I can go a bit down to mask this just like so, and then this window can go right at the back of this. So you must be thinking we could have stuck this whole thing and when just like that on top of it, but that just doesn't give us dimension. So that's why I try to cut off the layers and stick them with the help of dimension, which gives a beautiful look here. Look, now the scene goes really realistic if you see. And then this part can be masked with any piece that you like. I have done sentiment just like this over here, you see. So I'm just going to stick it down like so. Here I'm going to put a foam tape at the back so that this is on the same level, just like this. So like so. Okay, and then on the top here, just to break it down, I have used small sentiment, so I can use either this, maybe this. I think I like it, so I'm going to stick this one. Now let's do the rest of the part on this one. Let me first quickly put the pattern papers on all of these, and then I will show you how we are going to go about this. Now after this, what we will do is I'm using this pumpkin strip. This one again is to the size of the card, that is 6 inches in length, and this one here I'm going to stick with the foam tape, but here we are just using the layer of foam tape a little bit towards the bottom so that this acts as a stopper for our easel card. So this will go right here on the inside of my card when I open this up, and on the bottom, there we go. And then I have cut out 2 white cardstocks. These are 3 inches in breadth, and then this will be like 5/7/8, and then this piece will go right over here. Then I have cut off another one, and this I'm going to stick here on the top, just like that. Then I have cut off this warm wishes. This was also from the journal cards, and then here I'm going to stick it down. I'll cut it out so that it fits on this panel here. Just wanted to give some sentiment on the inside so that it looks pretty, although it's not to size, but I thought it's still looking good. Right now the next thing is this piece here will go here so that it stops like so, and then this will go just like so, and this card will stand up like that. Okay, so what we will need to do is stick this 1/2 inch strip down. How we will do that? First, I will just put my glue at the back of this 1/2 inch strip. Make sure that the glue doesn't come off of this strip, otherwise it will not lay flat. So like here, my glue has gone outside this 1/2 inch line. I'm just going to wipe this off. Then I'm going to lay this flat on top of my card, this here, from the bottom, just like that, and then go straight down over here so that this inside panel also goes straight, and then this card goes like that. There we have the mechanism. Now what we will do when it's open, so you will go it like so on top, make this one stand up like that, and then this one will go here at the back of this pumpkin strip. This will stand up once we will put pattern papers and things at the back so that the base is quite sturdy. That's why we need to put things at the back as well so that everything lines up. And then this base here is enough for your message. If you think that it's not enough, you can put a white pattern, white cardstock at the back as well, so that there is enough space for you to write your message. Now at the back here I'm using this one, and then at the back space here as well I'm going to put pattern paper. Okay, now let's decorate the last two layers here. So there we go. I think I'm going to go just like so over here, and then this puppy, maybe we can go a little bit dimensional here, and then a pumpkin just like that. And then over here you can just put things that you like, whatever you have in from your paper bag. So I don't think I will just use this, maybe this one, just like that. I'm going to write this pumpkin spice over here, and then maybe, yeah, I think I'll do this something small, maybe this flower, just like that. So that's our card is ready. So you can see it stands very nicely here. It will take a few folds to make the all your burnishing lines, these folds, all in conjunction with each other so that they are easy to fold in and fold out. So when you fold this card out, you will just keep this out from the easel, lay this flat here, and then go just like that. It has a bit of a dimension, but I think it's really cute. I hope you like all these cards. So that was my other one here. This one I used some pumpkins as well as this with the blanket part, and then this will go just like so. So here are these two cards, and then the other ones are like so. So here I use this flower arrangement, and this one has this pumpkin patch. So these are my fall cards. I hope you really had fun making these cards, and let me know in the comments if you try them, and all the products will be linked down below. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with a beautiful tutorial next time.